Welcome back to another episode of Cali Hood Historian. In today's episode, we'll explore the life of OG Playboy and his role in establishing one of the most dangerous gangs on the east side of Oklahoma City. Kevin Munford, also known as OG Baby Playboy, grew up in a neighborhood called Garden Oaks in Oklahoma City. The early life of OG Playboy. Garden Oaks is a residential neighborhood in the northwest part of the city, developed primarily in the mid-20th century. Construction of homes began in the 1950s, and like many post-war suburbs, the community was designed to provide a peaceful, family-friendly environment with convenient access to schools, parks, and other amenities. However, in more recent years, Garden Oaks has faced challenges with gang activity and territorial disputes. Despite retaining much of its suburban charm, invisible lines of gang affiliations have caused ongoing tension. In some areas, wearing certain colors associated with a favorite sports team can be perceived as a sign of gang loyalty, potentially leading to conflict or violence. In July 2022, this violence escalated when 88-year-old Velma Walker, the grandmother of Patrick Walker, was tragically shot while sitting on her front porch in Oklahoma City. A subsequent investigation revealed a rash of shootings that followed her death, underscoring the ongoing gang-related turmoil in the area. Kevin Munford's upbringing was marked by challenges. Raised by a single mother, he had limited interaction with his father, and when they did spend time together, it was often due to disciplinary reasons. As Kevin entered his teenage years, he became fascinated by stories of infamous mobsters such as Lucky Luciano, Al Capone, and Meyer Lansky. Their power and influence represented everything Kevin felt was missing from his own life, and he began to dream of achieving a similar level of control and authority. Determined to change his circumstances, Kevin started hustling in Oklahoma City. His entrepreneurial streak began modestly. He sold candy at school to earn a few dollars. By the time he was 16, his hustling efforts paid off, allowing him to buy luxury cars. Around this time, he was introduced to the Shotgun Crips, a predominantly African-American street gang that originated in the 1970s on the west side of Gardena, California. Kevin's stepfather, who hailed from Gardena, and his mother's family, who had ties to Compton, played a significant role in connecting him to California's gang culture. His mother's family was affiliated with the East Side Mona Park Compton Crips, CPC. Whenever Kevin visited California, he would absorb elements of the gang lifestyle and bring them back to Oklahoma City. In 1982, Kevin founded the Oklahoma City branch of the Shotgun Crips, marking the start of his deep involvement in the city's gang scene. His house became the central hangout spot for the Shotguns, solidifying his status as a leader. As the media began covering gang activity in Oklahoma City, they often credited the Murder One Bloods with introducing California-style gang politics to the area. This infuriated Kevin, who felt disrespected and unacknowledged for his role. In response, he put up a large blue sign in front of his house reading, "A Gardena Shotgun Thing Lives Here." The gang life. Despite his mother's pleas to take down the sign to avoid attracting law enforcement, Kevin refused. By this time, he was already known as a fearless gangster from Garden Oaks. By the mid-1980s, Kevin had gained significant control over gang activity in the city, using Garden Oaks as his headquarters. He frequently traveled to Dallas to expand his influence and connections, further cementing his reputation as a key figure in the gang underworld. Kevin Munford, alongside fellow Shotgun members, often traveled to Texas to steal cars, which they would either sell or use for joyrides. He lived a fast and reckless life, ultimately leading to his arrest and a 15-year prison sentence. Kevin was convicted on 2 counts of kidnapping and robbery. However, in truth, he took the blame for another gang member to protect them. Already under police investigation for drug-related activities, Kevin decided to take the fall for the Shotgun Crips. During his time in prison, Kevin's wife stood by his side, supporting him throughout his 15-year sentence. Upon his release, Kevin sought to change his life for the better. He recognized the potential to turn his story into something impactful and decided to monetize it. Kevin started his own business, worked tirelessly to establish himself as an author, mentor, and respected leader in Oklahoma. He launched a clothing brand called Garden Block and wrote several books. Additionally, he appeared on podcasts, sharing his life story and offering inspiration. Reflecting on his journey, Kevin once said, "What my story is going to be like really validates it, because I grew up next to a farm and I tell people I was a cowboy." He earned a reputation as a true OG. However, the Shotgun Crips remained active and violent. In 2017, 3 members of the gang were arrested for the murder of Joseph Lart, also known as Baby Joe. Lart, a 27-year-old member of the 456 Pirates Bloods gang, disappeared on September 28, 2017. His family and the authorities had no leads, and his case eventually went cold. In 2022, police charged 3 individuals, Jonathan Bleedo, Alicia Stewart, and Patrick Walker, with Lart's murder. Investigators believe Patrick Walker, also known as Taz, orchestrated the killing from behind bars. Although authorities suspected the Shotgun Crips of assisting in hiding Lart's body, no evidence was ever found to confirm this. Murder case. After the murder, Walker and his girlfriend Alicia Stewart fled to St. Louis, hoping to hide among Shotgun Crips members in the area. Despite their efforts, the police tracked them down in 2022 and brought them back to Oklahoma to face charges. However, due to insufficient evidence, the charges against them were ultimately dropped. Later in 2022, Patrick Walker's 88-year-old grandmother, Velma, became an innocent victim of gang violence. While sitting on her porch in Oklahoma City, a car drove by and shots were fired at her home, killing her. The attack was later attributed to the North Highland Pirates, a rival gang. Velma had no involvement in gang activity, but her connection to Patrick made her a target. This senseless shooting escalated the ongoing gang war between the Shotgun Crips and the North Highland Pirates. Velma's death sparked a wave of retaliatory shootings across Oklahoma City. Court filings revealed that the escalating violence between the Shotgun Crips and North Highland Bloods led to numerous shootings in the wake of Velma's death. Each act of violence was carried out in retaliation for previous shootings and homicides. One such incident occurred in 2019 when Marlo Goodman, known as H.K. Droop, was fatally shot. H.K. Droop, a member of the Rolling 90 Crips, was walking to his grandmother's house when he got into an argument with rival gang members. Shortly after, Shotgun Crips members opened fire, hitting him multiple times. Goodman succumbed to his injuries and died. H.K. Droop, who was believed to have earned the nickname Hoover Killer Droop due to his alleged actions against members of the Hoover Gang, was known as a prominent figure within the Rolling 90s. The Hoover Crips and Shotgun Crips were in an alliance, which may have fueled the motivation for the killing. 3 individuals were involved in the deadly shooting. One of them, Cashin Franklin, 23, was arrested and charged with second-degree murder, possession of a firearm by a felon, and gang association. The shooting, which took place on February 17th, reportedly stemmed from a fight at a hookah lounge located at 2340. On Northwest 23rd, Goodman, Smith, and Brown were kicked out of a lounge and made their way to a nearby parking lot. A large crowd began to gather, and soon a gunfight erupted. Brown stated that 2 members of the Shotgun Crips ambushed them with gunfire around 2:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. According to police, as many as 50 people had gathered outside the popular hangout when the commotion escalated into a shooting. "I just heard this. Everybody in front of me on the side of the car started falling to the ground, crawling away," a witness recalled. Police were told by witnesses that dozens of gunshots were fired from multiple shooters, leaving chaos in the aftermath. Amid the violence, the Shotgun Crips began to find a new outlet in music. Leading the way was Slug Coy, who even formed his own group called Slither Gang. Slug described it as strictly business and not a gang. "This ain't no gang," Slug explained. "This is a business, you know what I'm saying." However, the lyrics in his music painted a different picture. You could tell that he was fear, now the fear gone. "How you send him hell slugs, you ain't getting gone. Real stepper round my city, all my thing known. And it don't take too much to SP, so I just live alone. I'm on the phone, I just laugh." You could tell that he was fear, now thing gone. At the age of 18, Slug was sent to prison for 6 years. During his incarceration, he reflected on his life and the path he wanted to take once he was released. He decided to pursue music seriously, hoping his songs could not only tell a story but also serve as a source of guidance and inspiration for young black kids growing up in the gardens. "I know what I was," Slug said. "Just a young black male looking for love. Brotherly love at that. I'm at least trying to uplift the young black generation, you know? Talking about unity, structure, stability, patience, all that." Slug's music is raw and authentic, sharing the struggles he has faced and shedding light on the gang violence that continues to plague his community. Through his lyrics, he hopes to show a better way forward for those following in his footsteps.